What up, legends? I'm so stoked today. I'm going tow foiling in the Ments. This has been a dream of mine since I first started foiling. Before ever coming to the Ments, I would always dream to myself and think there must be tons of foil waves that are just perfect in crystal clear water with nobody out. It turns out I was right. These are my first waves ever on this setup, and it's feeling pretty mental. This wave is so perfect for foiling. This board is really sick too. I'm super stoked on this setup. It feels more like I'm carving like on a snowboard in powder than surfing. I love mixing it up a bit and going for a foil day, especially after I've been surfing a ton. I'm fully hooked on foiling, and it's a dream of mine to be sponsored one day. Some of you might be wondering how I ended up here. For probably 4 years now, I've been sending DMs and emails, reaching out to friends that know people in the Ments, looking for a surf camp or boat that would hire me as a surf guide. And finally, after 4 years, I got a response. A surf camp needed a last-minute surf guide, and they were desperate. The timing was absolutely perfect for me. Once I got that job, it led to so many other connections and me discovering what all the Ments has to offer, which is a lot more than I originally thought. When I think of the Ments, I think about super expensive boat trips, and I kind of thought that was the only option. Upon arriving, I quickly learned that there's actually an airport and roads in the Mentawais, and there's moto rentals, and you can actually rent a moto and drive yourself to the waves. This was an absolute game changer. After completing my contract as a surf guide, I started just staying at a homestay and renting a motorbike for cheap. I put in my time in this zone, and I started learning about the different waves in the area. I started meeting a bunch of the local legends, and yeah, on this special day, one of them invited me out to go foiling with them. Before the boys picked me up off the beach, I flew my drone and clipped them up a little bit. This was before I joined in on the session, and they were trading off, towing and foiling the wave just out front, which I didn't foil. This day was actually kind of big, and I'm kind of glad that we went to the other spot because I was a little bit nervous to tow in on some of the bigger sets that were coming through here at this wave. Shout out to the boys. Thanks so much for taking me out. This was definitely the smallest wing I'd ever ridden, and it took me a little bit to get used to, but after a few waves, I kind of started getting comfy on the board. Still need some work on the pumping. It was an absolutely beautiful day, but for Mentawais standards, this is actually pretty choppy. As you can see, I'm kind of making little micro adjustments. I'm kind of wobbling around a little. That's because I'm hitting little chops. I'm definitely starting to get the feel for this board a little bit more. Finally managed to get a couple little pumps there. In these point of view shots, you can really see how crystal clear the water is. The mechanics behind this spot are pretty cool. It's a high point or pinnacle that's surrounded by super deep water, which makes this spot not just all time for foiling, but also all time for spearfishing. It's about a 15-minute kick out from shore, but I end up getting my first ever dogtooth tuna and uku here. Stay tuned, this next video is mental.